What's going on, my friend? It's Jeff Newport from ChasingStrength.com. And in today's video, we are covering the 12-minute consistency cure for those of you struggling to get your workouts done that I learned from a 70-year-old Army paratrooper. All right, let's dive in here. About 10 years ago, my friend and customer, Dr. John Sullivan, then 70, a former Army paratrooper and full-time chiropractor, was busy recovering from getting hit by a car while he was on his bike. And that should have killed him. So in the meantime, he's busy recapturing function from multiple broken bones while seeing patients. Okay. So he and I are corresponding back and forth via email. And he told me about how he was successfully using short 12-minute workouts, using primarily swings and snatches on the back end of his strength work 4 days a week. Dr. J, as he was affectionately known, God rest his soul, later went on to earn his SFG, Strong First Gear Level 2 certification, and he became the oldest person to do so. So how well did these 12-minute workouts work for Dr. J? Well, according to him, he maintained single-digit body fat, could climb a rope using only his hands, and he did that while holding an L-sit. So that got me thinking, if just 12 tiny minutes, 4 days a week, could rebuild a 70-year-old busted up paratrooper, could they rebuild the average Joe struggling with consistently working out? And what would happen if we kept the sessions micro, right, super short in length, but went to 5 weekdays in a row instead of 4? So it's about the same weekly 60-minute time cost, yet the extra rep of the habit loop every week to build in workout consistency. So you might be wondering, is 12 minutes even worth it? Like, why bother? Can you get anything done in 12 minutes? So let me share with you 5 real world payoffs, okay, according to the research, which we'll leave in the video description below this video. Okay, number 1, improved cardiovascular health and increased VO2 max. Farrar and his team back in 2010 found that 12-minute swings pushed the heart rate about 85% of a heart rate max and about 65% of a VO2 max, which approximated the vigorous 30 to 45 minute zone that jogging hits. Okay. Number 2, strength and power. Okay. 2 12-minute bouts a week for 6 weeks increase the half squat, the participants' half squats by 10% and their vertical jump by 20%. Number 3, anabolic hormone boosts. Okay. So testosterone and growth hormone is what we're talking about here, right? The same 12-minute block spikes GH and testosterone without frying or overly elevating cortisol levels. Number 4, create a calorie furnace. Snatch intervals performed for 12 minutes burn approximately 13 calories per minute, which is on par with fast or uphill running. All right. So the upside is there's zero pavement pounding, okay? And there's zero knee pain as a result of that pavement pounding. Number 5, these 12-minute protocols are recovery friendly. So this 12-minute dose, it's small enough to be able to repeat tomorrow and the day after and the day after that, right? Without hammering your joints or frying out your central nervous system. So all that sounds good, right? Of course it does. But as Ron Popeil, the famous infomercial king, or the late night infomercial king said, wait, there's more. I'm going to throw this up here on the screen, this little chart that I prepared in advance for you on why 5 days a week is the sweet spot for the consistency cure. Okay. So first things first, we've got habits and then we've got the science to back it up. So 20 wins a month versus 16, which is 5 days a week versus 4 days a week. You get more Q action reward and your reps accelerate. So you get into the automatic zone. There are no reset gaps. Okay. So 5 days in a row versus every other day, right? You got to kind of get yourself amped up to keep going. And that means you have near daily practices. And those near daily practices remove the whole should I debate that you kind of get. Number 3, you have a cue that's welded to action. In other words, the same morning trigger 5 times a week cements your context behavior link. And again, if you want to take a look at the research, we've got the research here for you. You can go back and dig through this, okay? Number 4, you develop what we call a confidence snowball, right? Daily touches on your kettlebell polish your technique. The competence fuels return to your daily practice, okay? And then finally, point number 5 is you have an identical weekly time, 5 sessions, 12 minutes a session, 60 minutes a week, and the same hour that Dr. John spent in 4 sessions, but you're building an extra habit rep in there, okay? So what's this look like practically? What's the bottom line here? The bottom line is this. You're going to keep your workouts tiny, your training sessions tiny. You're going to repeat that training session almost daily, 5 days a week, and the habit will glue itself in place, okay? And then your results automatically follow. So how do you implement this? Well, here is your 10-minute action plan, okay? As soon as you're done watching this video, number 1, you're going to write one sentence that reminds you of why all this matters. So, for example, I train so I can play with my kids and not be exhausted afterwards. Number two, you're going to park your kettlebell next to your coffee maker tonight. Okay. Number three, tomorrow and every weekday there afterwards, you're going to hit 12 minutes of swings or snatches when your coffee is done brewing. Okay. And then number four, you're going to check a box on a wall calendar the instant the 12-minute buzzer goes off. And then you're going to watch the streak grow week after week after week. All right. So that's how you get it done. Now, if you need a program to help you get that done, I'll leave a link to a program called Kettlebell 12, which details all this out step by step, day by day, 5 days a week, 12 minutes a day. I'll leave a link to that program in the video description below. And this was the program, right, that I built as a result of my Dr. John epiphany. In case you're wondering how's it set up, okay, well, it's set up like this. There's a novice section, there's an intermediate section, and there's an advanced section. So there's literally something for everybody. Okay, so just remember, at the end of the day, consistency has nothing to do with luck. It's simply tiny, repeatable wins, right? If you're struggling to maintain consistency, let's start yours today in just 12 minutes. Okay, if you found this video helpful, click the like button, smash the subscribe button, share it with somebody you know who's struggling to remain consistent in their workouts. And then finally, leave me a comment in the comment section below. And again, as always, keep it classy. But what do you do to remain consistent in your workouts, in your training sessions? Okay, until next time, my friend, stay strong.